In this episode, we talk about Delhi's fuel ban on end of life vehicles, which was enforced earlier this month. We also talk about Gujarat's bridge collapse that resulted in the deaths of at least 10 people. But we begin today with Maharashtra, where a reunion that seemed unthinkable for 2 decades has now come through. Hi, I'm Icha Sharma, and you're listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. Last week, Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray, cousins and rivals, for the first time since 2005, shared a public stage and announced that they would work together in the interest of the Marathi people.
आज जवळपास 20 वर्षानंतर मी आणि उद्धव आम्ही एका व्यासपीठावरती आज येतो आहोत. जे माननीय बाळासाहेबांना जमलं नाही, जे अनेकांना जमलं नाही, आम्हाला दोघांना एकत्र आणायचं ते देवेंद्र फडणवीसला जमलं.
आजच्या कार्यक्रमाची घोषणा झाल्यानंतर साहजिकच आहे सगळ्यांचं लक्ष हे आज भाषणाकडे आहे. पण वैयक्तिक मला असं वाटतं की आज आमच्या भाषणांपेक्षा आमचं एकत्र दिसणं हे महत्वाचं आहे.
This was a rare coming together, especially since Raj Thackeray had broken away from the Shiv Sena in 2005 and started his own party just a year later. When we spoke to the Indian Express's Shubhangi Khapre, she told us about the origins of this rivalry.
Since the beginning of the Shiv Sena, both Uddhav and Raj, both were very close to Bal Thackeray, the founder of Shiv Sena. Now, what happened is everybody at that time, given the proximity and also the interest that Raj Thackeray, the nephew of Bal Thackeray, had shown towards politics and public events, there was a perception gaining that he is going to be the political heir of undivided Shiv Sena. But somehow in exactly 2003, Bal Thackeray decided to choose Uddhav Thackeray as a working president of Shiv Sena. And at that time, this decision was not liked by Raj Thackeray. So from 2003 to 2012, Uddhav Thackeray remained as a working president of Shiv Sena because Bal Thackeray was also there and he would oversee the major decisions. But with his ailing health and failing health, ultimately, Uddhav Thackeray started gaining a lot of grip over the party and, taking major decisions. And after the demise of Bal Thackeray in November 2012, in 2013, Uddhav Thackeray became the Shiv Sena party president.
Though Raj Thackeray had left the party just 2 years after Uddhav became the Shiv Sena president in 2003 and went on to form the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena. And Shubhangi tells us that in the years that followed, both the Shiv Sena and the MNS battled for the same political ground, representing the Marathi-speaking sons of the soil, also called the Marathi Manus.
See, in the last 20 years, there have been several occasions when, backdoor diplomatic moves were made. Not very visibly, but there were certain kind of, negotiations or certain kind of you can say messaging from various sectors, various segments of people representing both the parties who felt, at some point the two should join together. They should work together for the larger interest of Marathi Manus, for the welfare of the sons of the soil, the welfare of the natives, basically the Bhumiputras of Maharashtra, whose issues are not being represented adequately by the pan-Indian parties like, say, BJP or Congress, or even the other regional parties are not adequately representing them. And given the historical background, given the grooming Raj and Uddhav Thackeray had from Bal Thackeray, so that Marathi cause was central to their development as individuals as well as their politics. So there were subtle noises made, from diverse fields, and well-wishers that, they should come together. But somehow they never came. Not only came, they also worked against each other in the sense that Raj Thackeray in some successive elections, whether it was BMC elections in 2009 or assembly elections, he always fielded his candidates in such a way, or it so happened that, he would always cut into the Marathi votes, because the Marathi votes would get divided between Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray and MNS led by Raj Thackeray. So they always worked at cross purposes against each other. And that had at times given advantage in knowingly or unknowingly to the main parties, basically Congress and BJP in Maharashtra politics.
In fact, in the 2024 Maharashtra Assembly elections, the BJP emerged as the dominant force in the state, winning 132 out of 288 seats. This was when Uddhav Thackre's Shiv Sena was reduced to just 20 MLAs, while Raj Thackre's MNS fared even worse, failing to win a single seat, with its vote share dropping below 2%. Shubhangi points out that after this result, and with the crucial BMC elections coming up later this year, both cousins now stand at crossroads in state politics.
So it's like both the brothers, Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray, they are facing a political crisis as far as keeping the organization intact is concerned. And with the BMC elections, the local bodies elections in Maharashtra, likely this year in October, November, both have realized that they have to do something drastic to retain their own identity as leader, and also they have to kind of put their respective party in order. And to hold on to their organization, they have to do something so drastic, so different that, it reposes a faith in the people, in the masses, that yes, they are actually taking up their cause. They are going to champion their issues that concern the sons of the soil, that concern the natives of Maharashtra, the natives of Mumbai. And I think keeping that in mind, and it's also a battle for survival at the end of it. I think looking at the politics that has emerged, looking at the circumstances that are thrown at them, I think the two cousins have at this moment taken a decision to come together, set aside their differences, set aside their personal egos, which were huge. And that was one of the reasons why they remained separate for 20 years. But keeping everything aside, they have now taken a decision to join hands and work together. So the Saturday event that was a victory rally, joint rally held in Mumbai, Worli, both of them in their speeches, they addressed each other as honorable leaders. And they assured, they at least took the first giant step to give the message that yes, we are here to work together, and we want to work together not for the power and politics, but for the larger welfare of Marathi Manus.
But an existential threat wasn't the only reason the two cousins finally came together. Shubhangi says the decision was also influenced by a recent move by the Maharashtra government regarding the three-language policy.
See, what happened in Maharashtra is Maharashtra government took a decision to impose Hindi from class 1 in state schools. Now that decision invited lot of anger, lot of rejection from various quarters, not just MNS and Uddhav Thackre's Shiv Sena.
The move was widely seen by regional parties as an attempt to push Hindi and North Indian cultural priorities over local languages and identity. Protests led by both the Shiv Sena UBT and the MNS and echoed by Sharad Pawar's NCP-SP and the Congress eventually forced the government to reverse its decision, giving the cousins their first shared political victory in years.
Now, unlike southern states, Maharashtra was never seen as anti-Hindi. Maharashtra has never been opposed to Hindi language as such, because there is a region called Vidarbha and Marathwada. Now, Marathwada and Vidarbha region is known for majority of the population speaking Hindi language. So after the creation of Maharashtra on May 1st, 1960, Vidarbha and Marathwada region continued with this Hindi language, though they have Marathi as the mother tongue. But when the ruling party led by BJP tried to make Hindi mandatory in the first resolution, it was seen by regional parties here in Maharashtra as a diktat from center. And they felt that the center is trying to thrust a language on them without taking them into adequate consultation or without even considering their viewpoint. And that's where they kind of gave a call for agitation. Now, of course, when the state government led by Devendra Fadnavis realized it's going to become a big issue and it's going to strike a chord with the natives, they immediately revoked that decision And they came up with this explanation. When the decisions was revoked, he revoked both the resolutions of April 16 and June 17. And he kind of reassured that by saying that we set up a new committee led by Dr. Narendra Jadhav, and which will relook at this issue afresh. And all the decisions will be taken, keeping the welfare and interest of the state as well as the students in mind.
Now, when talking about this recent decision, Shubhangi says it may also have been a strategic move by the BJP to keep its vote bank of North Indians and Gujaratis intact and prevent it from shifting towards the Congress, especially at a time when the opposition has accused the BJP of undermining Maharashtra's economic strength by moving major projects like Vedanta Foxconn and even Tata Airbus to Gujarat.
See, Mumbai as a financial capital of India was chosen by not only BJP but also the Congress. It was decided way back in early 2000 that, Mumbai is going to become the International Financial Services Center. And in his first tenure as Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis put up a very robust team which worked very hard with the center, to kind of take this agenda of making Mumbai the International Financial Center ahead. But what happened is, in the meantime, Gujarat came up with this gift city. And that was seen as a first sign of a central leadership that is led by Prime Minister Narendra